What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Nintendo Land. We are here with part 2 with differences between the original Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door and the brand new remake. These are little changes that Nintendo has made that I've noticed, whether some of them are a lot smaller, some of them could be more substantial, but yeah, we're pretty much just comparing the two games. And this is part 2, so if some things are not mentioned here from the beginning of the game that you thought should be mentioned, definitely check out the first video. It'll be linked down below, and I'll actually probably start a little playlist for this specific series. But if you guys find anything that I haven't mentioned yet so far within the part of the game that I'm currently in, which is Rogueport in the beginning of Chapter 1, so make sure you comment some stuff that you have noticed down below. Once again, no major spoilers. We are still starting from the beginning of the game and working to the end, so that way you guys can pretty much be where I am in the game by that time. But thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe before you guys get started with this video. We are at 296,000 subscribers, super duper close to 300k. You can make it happen. A lot of you watching are still not subscribed, but thank you so much. Let's see how many we can get from this one video. Let's dive in. In the original game, you can see Merlin's place and Professor Frankly's, and it's a little bit different. For one, you can't see inside Merlin's place, and the design on top of the door is a lot different. Now you can actually see through the window into the inside and see the purple designs, and the symbol with the shine sprite is different as well, with now having a purple/pink background. This goes for Professor Frankly's shop as well, which now has a symbol above it of him, where in the original there's nothing above the door, making it easier to find where he's at. Pretty much everybody in the game has new animations, and I'm not going to sit here and go through every single last one from every NPC, but why not show you Frankly's? Yeah, Frankly has a new shocked animation, and it looks pretty funny. The Goombas in the sewer actually used to catcall Goombella, and now it's been changed just to kind of tease and mess with Mario, which I believe is still a pretty good change. Let's jump back to the beginning, because one I missed is that the OG Paper Mario 64 title theme song actually plays when Parakarry drops off the mail. Take a listen. In the original game, when the bandit robs Mario, Goombella will actually let you know that he took half of your coins, where in the new game, she doesn't let you know. In fact, it seems that she doesn't know this time and just suggests that he was a rude person that just blew by you, which is a unique change for sure. Also, make sure you chase him down to the back alley and to the left, where you'll find a house of his that's all dirty and cluttered, where you can get your coins back. You can now see scraps of paper or wanted posters flying through the air, which actually wasn't present in the original. Going back to looking at signs on buildings, the original game did not have any type of sign or anything above the Trouble Center. Now, there's actually a sign to tell you where the Trouble Center is. Once again, just a really good addition. Goombella's tattle has been changed. It's no longer a rip out of a book or like a page from a book. It's more like a scan in some type of diagram or battle arena type of thing that she uses, and a little calendar to keep track of everything, which is pretty cool. But also, she now can use Tattle Check, which is a way for you to check and see what enemies that you tattled and the information that you've already had stored on those enemies. You can always tell by the health bars, but also if you need more stats on the enemies, you can always check the Tattle Check. There's now a new Battle Master Toad that appears at the beginning of each chapter in case you need to practice some of your moves or even stylish move timing inputs. New mini boss against the Blooper is different now because the background actually moves with the waves, where in the original it just kind of stayed still. In the original, when you defeated a boss, they just fell over, but in the remake, there's a bright white flash and a sound effect to let you know that it was the final hit. It's kind of like a final strike. In the original, the pipe to go to Pedal Meadows is surrounded by just more brick and mortar on the ground, where in the remake it's actually covered in grass to let you know what world you're going to. The menu in the original is just a bland paper form of everything that you need, where in the remake it's completely changed to be more of a cardboard cutout type of situation, where you can see pieces of paper and cardboard slapped together to make a cool 3D appearance. We now enter Chapter 1, Petal Meadows, and the first fact here is Mario would never really look up at the sky when Hooktail flew over. He kind of just looked toward the screen, where now in the remake there is a new animation where Mario kind of looks funny looking straight up into the air. Just like the modern Paper Mario games, Mario can now swing his hammer forward and backward, where in the original he could only swing it from left to right, side to side. Mario's unable to smash any of the grass in the original. Nothing really happens, and if he wants to look in bushes, he has to walk up and push A by interacting with the bush to let anything come out of it, like items or coins, where in the remake, he can just smash the bushes. In fact, you can't even search them, you have to smash them, and you can even smash the insignificant pieces of grass and just break them down if you want. It's actually a really cool little detail. Mario runs into the background, the hills are covered in little circles, and that's about it, where in the remake, they're actually covered in little dark pine trees, kind of giving it a layer of depth. Also, there are now giant hills to block Mario's progression in the background in case you wanted to run away, where in the original it's just kind of an invisible wall that you can no longer progress through. Once you get to the Koopa Troopa's house in Petalburg that loves Princess Peach, you'll notice that in the original he only had a certain amount of knickknacks for Peach, where in the remake there's tons of more pictures, different poses, and also little toys or decorations of Peach as well. For instance, more posters, mugs, cups, and even little paper standees. Another cool fact about this is that in the original he actually does not freak out when you start hitting things around the room with your hammer, but in the remake he starts getting very upset at Mario for ruining his collection. In the original, when you go into Kroop's house, you'll notice some pictures on the table and that's about it. You really can't make out what they are, but in the remake you can see clearly what these pictures are. It's actually a young Kroop and a lady friend of his, which we never got to see before. In fact, it's even in the concept art, which I'm not going to spoil in this video. Kroop also has a new theme song this time around, where in the original he really didn't have any type of music. If you go into Koop's place in the original, once again, the picture frames, you can't really see what they're supposed to be. The remake helps to clear this up a bit. You can see a picture of Hooktail's castle, which probably helps remember him of his dad, and also a picture of his dad upstairs. The inn also has some new photos, and of course, a lamp hanging down from the ceiling. And the random toad house on the inn has some new pictures as well, including a picture of a blue toad. I know it's small, but there's new animations for entering and exiting a house, and it's different the way the house folds in, where it's like more pieces of paper stretch out and fold together in the remake compared to the original. That was 25 more differences between the original version and the remake of Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door. We will be moving on to Hooktail Castle in the end of Chapter 1 and the beginning of Chapter 2 for the next video. So if you guys have any more facts that you would like to share, make sure you comment them down below, whether they're extremely small or more significant. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe before you head out, and like always, I'll see you all on the next one. See you guys.